Patriots are Super Bowl champions back-to-back. 3 out of 4. Time to roll!
When you look at their roster, really the only constant has been Tom Brady
On an absolute dime.
and Bill Belichick.
That's it. That's the way to go. Nice job.
What did they really have? They had Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, and they won, and they won, and they won.
Hey, take it to another level, all right?
These guys should be in an old folks home by now. They should be using walkers to get around. They should be drinking things that are pureed. And they're out there winning Super Bowls.
Way to go, man. Way to go. That's tremendous.
It's almost impossible to sustain success in the modern NFL landscape.
Yes, it's a dynasty.
I think these guys should be number one.
I think Tom Brady's got a lot to prove. I really do. And I think that we can get that from him saying that he has a lot to prove. Tom Brady, when he signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, on his social media said, "No one cares what you've done in the past. They only care what you're doing right now." And that's evidence enough to tell me that Tom Brady still thinks he has enough to prove. And maybe it's because he's hostage to his own success. The standard level and the expectation level is so ridiculously high that's where we're going to measure Tom Brady at. He's got to go prove, to Max's point, that he can go do that without who many and all of us deem as the greatest coach, certainly in a salary cap driven league, in Bill Belichick ever. The second thing is this: Tom Brady could have retired. I believe that he was kind of shoved out the door from New England, but he very easily could have retired, and none of us would have said anything. We would have said, greatest career ever, great. But he decided to continue to play because he thinks that he is still good enough. And so he now needs to go prove that the decision to continue to play was the right choice.
Tom, Jason Light and Bruce Arians, they both say that one of the primary reasons you're here, Tom, is to raise the accountability of everybody in the building, everybody around you. Tom, how seriously do you take that responsibility, and how do you do it?
Well, at first I really enjoyed, being with Jason and getting to know Bruce, getting to know Byron and Clyde and a bunch of guys that I competed against either as a player, or with them as coaches. So it's been kind of fun in that way to, to see the different approaches to the game and so forth. Everybody sees football a little bit different. It's about how we all see it together and how we can all be on the same page as we move forward. Ultimately, my goal is to go out there and do what I've always done, is to be the best I could possibly be for the team.
Tom Brady and the Buccaneer offense will set up after a 39-yard punt, and I don't think there's been a more anticipated uniform change maybe in the history of the league to see what the GOAT looks like in pewter.
He looks pretty good, doesn't he? I know he's excited. We talked to him the other day, and it's been a long time. Probably.
Dropping 3 on play action. Brady to his second look. It's open. It's Antonio Brown. What a way to start the football game in Green Bay, Wisconsin. The Bucs go right down the field. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Yeah!
Right now, if you ask me to pick the best team in the NFC, if Brady is what we think he can be, you cannot make a better choice than Tampa Bay.
Here we go!
First snap in Vikings territory for Tampa Bay. Brady all day, downfield. Touchdowns!
I think that there were other opportunities to go play team-wise, maybe not 10, but he chose the team that has the worst winning percentage in the history of the NFL. I don't think that's by mistake. The guy who deems himself the greatest winner, or in his mind at least I assume, thinks he's the greatest winner of all time, wants to take on the challenge of, I was the guy who took the organization with the worst winning percentage ever, and I took them to the Super Bowl, and I won the Super Bowl. And so I think we just need to listen to Tom Brady.
Drive starts with great field position for Tampa Bay. And Brady wants a shot into a tight window.
20 seconds. Fakes the end around, looks downfield, dumps the ball. Caught by Gronkowski. Gronkowski runs ahead. Oh, he runs by people to the 40, to the 35.
And Brady, it doesn't go down like that. They're not going to get blown out. It's going to be tight. And you're asking 23 and 24-year-olds on the defensive side of the ball against somebody who is considered to be the greatest quarterback in the history of the NFL, playing like an MVP.
Just go do it right now. Dry rock my fellas. No penalties. Take care of the ball. Good routes. Good calls to everything.
Tom Brady lived for this moment. He's made his name. The regular season, we know what his regular season is. But Tom Brady, legends are made in the playoffs.
Yep.
And he's had more big playoff moments than any other quarterback in the history of the game.
Gronkowski. He's got it for the touchdown.
There's not really anything he could have done to really change the perception that this guy's the best to ever do it and the best to ever play that position. But then you go to a new team, and I was one of those guys that, made some changes throughout my career and understand the challenges of going to a new team and learning a new system and trying to get comfortable with the guys around you and trying to get on the same page with your offense coordinators. They see the game the same way that you see it. And to have the success that he had in that, throw 40 touchdown passes. And then the other side of that is to go from New England, and we've always heard about the Patriot way. But to go down there, and I remember hearing way back at the beginning in training camp, when they were together, and said, things are just different with Tom Brady here. He holds us accountable in a different way, but we believe in a different way. And I think those are the things that have really jumped out to me about Tom Brady this year. Is that
he's like, oh, you see how far I threw those at? He's like,
hey, bro. Hey, bro. Love you, man. Yeah, we're all about you, man. We'll be in touch. Yeah, take care of us.
Brady deep down the middle for Evans. Inside the 30 of Carolina. Third down. Brady lofting it. Scotty Miller's the target. And Scott.
Volunteer mention. If that's your mention for the day, we'll move on. Brady, home run ball on the way.
Away from pressure, looking, signaling, throwing. It is caught inside the 5. Quick throw into that tunnel, and it's caught for a touchdown by
for 46 yards downfield. Fake it. Oh, 6-6. Second and 20. Another deep shot for Brady. Evans adjusts.
Of the screen, Brady likes to look his way as Tom steps up, throws, end zone, pass caught.
Brady dropping, going, close up.
Here, Brady down the middle, caught for the touchdown, Godwin.
Big roll, man. Love you, man. Let's go. One more. We're at home. I know. We're at home. Let's go. Love you, kiddo. How about that? Good job. We're going to go to the Super Bowl, baby. Keep it. I love you, man. We got one opportunity. Trip to the Super Bowl. One opportunity. Do everything we planned, dreamed.
A 43-year-old quarterback just led a team to a Super Bowl. A 43-year-old quarterback that left a team during a global pandemic with no offseason just led a team to the Super Bowl.
Announcer Jake says, here's Brady's pass. It's Gronkowski.
Now, I'll tell you this. Brady has probably ascended to the greatest of all time in all of sports. Just think about what he's done. He has the highest winning percentage, and I think I heard this from Romo last night on the broadcast, the highest winning percentage of any player in the 4 major sports. Tampa had the lowest winning percentage of any team in the 4 major sports. And in year one, he takes him to the Super Bowl. It shows how special he is.
There's the pass. And there's the catch for the...
Brady's 43. So the answer, does this affect Belichick's legacy? The answer is yes. He has to now win without Brady.
There's been a lot of GOAT talk this week. Big GOATs, little GOATs. To me, there's only one GOAT. If you're the greatest of all time, there's only one. And for Tom Brady, I think he's already there. I think he's the greatest of all time.
And when the Super Bowl ended, the ball would be in the hands of Tom Brady. Absolutely amazing. Proud parents indeed.
Tom loves to build everyone else up on this team. That's one of his greatest attributes, Jim. He wants to make everyone else feel special and be a part of it. He's done that.
Season.